Hi, this is KS Games here. KS Games 15. I always forget that. This is my second part on the PS2 S games. And first of all, the game behind me is actually I have two. This is my second copy because it's digitally. I got rid of my cable box and I brought my PS3 down, so actually you play my PS3 games on my big TCL TV, like with a 60-inch right there, and they look pretty good. That's pretty awesome. I have a lot of games I want to still play for the PS2, and not PS2, PS3, well, and PS2. My PS2 is still upstairs, hooked to my other TV. It was a little hard to play some of them at the beginning. I had to find it's a Roku type TV, so I had to find like how to get rid of the latency of the games because when I first played it, like I have Mercenaries 2 on there, and like the aiming was so off. I could not figure out. It was just like I was trying to aim. It was just all around. It was crazy. Finally got it. This one is actually Suikoden 4. That's the game right there, and I have it digitally. I thought it'd be pretty cool. You might know already. You might know I have it already. I'll show you to you. First game is actually Sonic Collection Plus. Sonic Mega Collection Plus. You might have seen this already on a Pickens video I had. Like in that video, this game is awesome. It has all the Sonic games 1 through 3, Sonic and Knuckles, 3D Blast, Sonic Spinball. It has a bunch of Game Gear games on there. You unlock them. And some Master System games on here. This is a great collection for the PS2. Anyone who's a Sonic fan has this. I got this for $10 at a used game shop. I'm looking on eBay. Yeah, about $10. I want to spend more than that. This is a great game. I mean, they've had other Sonic collections or even Genesis collections over the years, or Mega Drive in Europe if you're from Europe. So this is not unique, but still awesome PS2 game right here. Get this game. Next, Soul Calibur 2 right there. I got the PS2 version because I don't have an Xbox or GameCube, but this one has Hachi Mishima from Tekken on there. This is a great, fantastic fighting game. I fell in love with this. I beat this multiple times on all the characters and everything else. The characters, characters are awesome. The sound is awesome. The fighting is awesome. This is a great fighting game for the PS2. And just, I looked at this up. I think, let me see, maybe I could find it on here. I looked at it before. There's Soul Calibur 2. Yeah, 15 bucks for this game, which is fair price. This is a great game. If anyone on the PS2 wants a good fighting game, get this. This was definitely, so this one came out after the Dreamcast game, and definitely worth it. This one is a great successor to it. Get this game, Soul Calibur 2. Next up, Soul Calibur 3. I got this one. This one came out. This one, I don't know if this had a guest character or not, anything else, but this was a great one. This was like, I think Soul Calibur 2 sold so well and everyone bought it that they just went all out. Namco did on this game. This is a fantastic game. I keep saying fantastic. This is right up there with one of the best fighting games. I actually do prefer the Soul Calibur 2 a little bit more, but this one is definitely up there. If you have a PS2, again, I think you could probably get this. Let me see. I think on my back. That's Street Fighter. I don't know. I think again about 15 bucks. Pretty simple stuff. This one has a created character in it, which is pretty cool. The problem with this one is this one actually did, because if you have a memory card and you save, you can actually corrupt your other saves, which happened to mine. I went back one day and all my saves on the PS2 memory card. I should bring one down. I'm pretty sure if you've seen this, you know what a PS2 memory card looks like. This one deleted everything on there. I was a victim of it, and which was at the time a little angry when that happened. but it's sort of a blessing in a way because I'm like, well, I can start fresh and maybe I don't have to complete the games I have. It's more like now I have more time. This is back when the PS2 came out, but this is an awesome game. Get Soul Calibur 2 and 3 right here. Next up, Street Fighter Anniversary Collection right there. This, my God, this was my first time because actually I technically never owned Street Fighter. I played tons of it and just went on with this. I played tons of Street Fighter, Street Fighter 2, all the Street Fighters on the Genesis, even the Super Nintendo. Played the arcade. This was the first time I actually owned a Street Fighter game, and this one came out with Street Fighter 3, the Third Strike. I didn't know that existed until I got this. I'm like, wait a minute, they say Street Fighter 3? I'm like, yeah. And apparently they made 3 Street Fighter 3s. They made like New Generation or New Beginnings. New Generation, I forget what it was. There's 3 of them. Third Strike is awesome because they have the parry system to it. And this one actually also has the movie. You can see the Street Fighter the movie on here, which is great, awesome anime that anyone who loves anime, anyone Street Fighter should watch that. You can watch it on here. This is 2 games in one and everything else. Street Fighter Third Strike. For this one, the bad guy Gil, he's a tough son of a bitch. Trust me, he's one of the hardest. And I thought M. Bison was tough. Gil was even tougher. There was a tale. I remember one time when I was playing this, I was at my sister's house, and this is when I lived with her, and I was on her system instead of mine at the time because I think I didn't have it. And I was playing it so hard, I got so frustrated. I actually broke. I had the PS2 controller and I ripped it in half. And I remember actually some of the buttons actually hit me in the face. I was so pissed off because I just kept dying and dying and dying. Like, oh my God! I was like, Dada! And it just, anyone who had that situation, tell me in the comments. Breaking controllers is I don't know. It's just. You get so frustrated. You're like, you snap things in half. I have a smile on my face right now because it's a good memory. But I remember then I was like, oh man, I was about to throw things at the TV, which was my sister's again. Because that day after I busted it, I pretty much paused it. I actually found out I paused the game and got her new controller that day. I'm like, well. Sandy, let's go get a new controller. And she drove me, and we went to buy a new controller at the time. I was like, sorry, I busted your controller. She was pretty pissed. I was like, well, I got a new one for you. Get this collection, another fighting game. This is awesome. Street Fighter. You can get this, or you get the PS4 one I showed before, which has all the Street Fighter games on it. That is a great, fantastic game as well. And now, this is Street Fighter. This is Suikoden 3. I actually not beat this game. I own it now, but at the time, my brother and sister played this. This is pretty awesome game right here. This is right after 2. Well, 2 to 3. 3 after 2. But you can play as 3 different characters, and it's right after, actually, number 2. This one actually is old. This one is older. I forgot the timeline of this one. I think maybe this one's older than the others. Not for sure. And I know number 5 is 1,000 years or maybe less. Maybe it's only 500 years before the first one came out. I'm not for sure exactly when the timeline is. I haven't played these PS2 games in a while. And I have actually never played this game. I played it, I watched it, but I never beat it. This was more for them because when they were playing, I actually got that on the PS2, and that's the thing. Suikoden 4 right there, what you're seeing. This is a little the black sheep of the Suikoden games. This one's sort of went away from the six. Like you had six characters on the regular, and you at the regular games, and you fight as that. This one only has three, and it's a little. People say it's a little boring. It's a little bit. There's a lot more ship combat because you're like a naval officer. You're like right here. You're like a trainee, and that's a festival. I just have it paused for the music and stuff. But this is at the beginning of the show. I actually have beat this game. I'm gonna do it again. There's one cool thing. I think you can get mermaids. I think so. Yeah. I think there's like 6 mermaids, and you have to like get at a certain point of time and like in the right location. And I think I only got like 4. I wanted to get that. That's pretty cool. I don't mind it. I really don't. I actually have low tolerance on things people hate or anything else. I'm a full glass type guy where I'm like I accept a lot of things. I'm like, yeah, it's good. It's not bad. I'm like it takes me a lot to get angry at stuff. Like people on Street Fighter bad guys. That makes me angry. But like games that are like off out of the norm, they're not as well received. I kind of like, yeah, they're not bad. I think they're good. I find it. I always find the good in everything. I give everyone when I rate things. I start at a 3 and go from there. Go to 4 to 5 or 1 to 2 or stay at 3. It's one of those things. Everyone deserves a 3. It depends on if I like it or not. This one, I give it a 3. I keep it a 3, but it's not as bad as people say. Next, this was just I picked it up one day, and I actually got a new case for it because the case was just totally shit. I got it off eBay, so it's a little shinier. You know, right there you can see the little shine. That's Superman: Shadow of Apocalypse right there. It's a pretty cool game. I got halfway through it. I kind of stopped. But again, you play Spider-Man. You play as Superman. He flies. He has X-ray vision. He can beat up things. Ooh. It really makes you tired. Sorry. But it's Superman. Like, I really can't tell anything. I can't really say anything else on that. He pretty much has the cast from the TV show. So, oh god, what's his name? The guy who played on Wings. He's on here. If anyone know Wings, the show Wings, which is a pretty funny show back in the 90s. He plays Clark and Superman. There's Lois Lane. So like, there's the characters from the cartoon show and everything else. So it's similar to that, which I liked. I love the Batman one more, but the Superman cartoon show was pretty good. I actually had no problem with it. I watched both. They were great. And this is like pretty much an episode from the TV show into a game. And there you go, Superman. And it's not bad. There's a lot of bad Superman games and even bad Batman games. But this one, kind of a diamond in the rough. Pretty cool. Finally, this was a shocker. Well, Siphon Filter Logan's Shadow. This was actually a pretty good game. I have it digitally. It was on the PS Plus. I was actually playing it. But this was a PSP game, and they put it to the PS2. About the end of life of the PS2, because I think the PS3 was out already, and they were like bringing over some of the PSP games to the PS2 to, just get more sales. That's it. And I picked this one up. Like, so you're Logan right there, and you're Gabe Logan, and the plot, like, what's her name? She was like, I can't say helper. She's not a helper assistant. She was another agent, and she was kind of she was helping you a lot, like a partner. And then she apparently goes rogue, but it's not. She doesn't go rogue. She was kind of going and finding out another some secret plot going on, and then but they said, oh, you gotta kill her. So Logan has like I'm not gonna do that, but I'll find out what happened, and then it goes on from there. Pretty good. It's a good game. The controls are weird. I think if they redid this, we're destined for another Siphon Filter game. I think that's gonna come out sometime. It has to be. Make a remake or just a new one and just reboot Siphon Filter. It needs a reboot. This one, I think I remember getting this back when I worked at Kmart. I think it was only $20, maybe less. They were just, getting rid of this. And the thing is I actually saw, again on eBay, let me see if I go back, there's Suikoden 4. Buy Suikoden 3 down right here. Oh, Superman. Superman is only $15 to $20, which is cheap. That's pretty cheap. Here, some of these, I found it on here. People are selling Logan Shadow for like $30 to $60. This is not worth $30 to $60. Maybe $20, maybe 15 to 20. I would not sell this for $30. That's complete bullshit. How you get away with it? It just, I don't understand. They're putting it on eBay for nostalgic purposes. Oh, I remember that game. I'm gonna play top dollar on it. Like, no. I always go with when I sell something, I always go with what the game is, not like really the value. I might go a little higher than probably like it should be, maybe, or maybe I go lower than what it should be, but I still give it a good fair price and everything else. And this ain't worth $60. 20, that's what I would do. Only $20, get rid of it. Like, there's no way. A loose copy is like 10 right now, and I have a complete box, so maybe 20. Overall, that's it on my 3 S games for the PS2. I'll see. I think I have T, and I got a lot of T games because I always put the in the T category. Kind of pisses my wife off because she doesn't think the THE is T, but I'm like, no, it starts with the, so it goes from there. And then there you go. I'll make those videos next. I might enjoy Suikoden 4 because again, I'm actually at the beginning. This is the beginning of the show, beginning of the game. I mean, and then play that. So, anyways, that's it. See you later, YouTube.